Hi, I'm Saverio from HoRNet Plugins. What if we want to get the typical sound from 80s and 90s recordings that relied on samplers of that era? Well, we have ADDA that can help you we get the sound. Let's start. So this is ADDA. It's our emulation of vintage samplers. How does it work? Well, we have an analog input front end, we have an analog to digital conversion emulation, digital to analog conversion emulation, and analog output emulation. So we have analog saturation, we have bit reducer, sample rate converter, and interpolation and with anti-alias filter. We have a digital to analog converter with bit reducer and dithering. We also have the analog output that has another analog saturation module. We also can link together input and output knobs so that if I increase the input, we get an equal decrease in the output, so we get constant monitoring. Then we have oversampling, which is quite important in this context because this plugin adds a lot of artifacts. So with oversampling, we get higher quality. You can choose between none, 2 times, 4 times, or the auto settings, which sets itself according to your sample rate. Then we have a pre-emphasis filter and the emphasis filter, which are very useful if you want to simulate the effect that in some sampler you have on high frequency. Since back in the day you were sampling at lower sample rate frequencies, a pre-emphasis filter was useful because you could increase the level of high end so that once you lose your top end with a low sample rate, you get some more information anyway. So you can use this effect in a DDA too. I have now set the plugin to emulate what an old Akai MPC was doing. So you got 12 dB of bit depth, you have a sample rate of 32 kilohertz, and then you have a sample and order interpolation mode with anti-alias filter. The same goes for the digital to analog conversion. You have 12 dB of bit depth, so you get quite a lower resolution than what we are used today, and you got dithering at -9 dBs, which is a little background noise added on the digital to analog conversion to cover the quantization noise of the low bit depth. And then you have the analog output. So I'll let you hear how this pretty basic bit sounds without ADDA on. I have took some 707 sample and added a sample from a 70s recording randomly chosen from YouTube, and this is how it sounds. It's pretty basic, but it gives the idea. Okay, this is without the plugin on. And if I enable the plugin, please pay attention to the kick, the snare, the hi-hats, and the overall sound that gets a little bit more raw and compact. It's pretty obvious that we're losing high-end definition, we are losing some transient information, and overall we're getting a more compact sound that it's more in line with the sound of that era. I will let you hear in isolation the different instruments so you can judge for yourself how does it work. So this is the kick drum. And now onto the snare drum. And now to the hi-hat. and the cowbell. You hear how this changes the sound. And now for the instrument sample. You can hear the distortion. And the grit that the plugin adds. Now, once again, all together. Well, there's nothing else to say, in my opinion. With the plugin on, this sounds more real and less plastic. If you leave the plugin off, you get the same beat, but the transients, the sound of the drums, the drum machine, it's a little bit too plastic. It's not really working like it is when the plugin is on. So HoRNet ADDA is available on our website. We have a demo, so you can try it out if you want. And I'll prepare some other videos with some other genres. This is for simple beats. Next one, I will try to make a 90s house track, so you can hear, and you just need to find the vocals, so you can hear how it sounds in that context too. And hopefully you have liked this little demonstration. And if you want to try out the plugin, we have a demo. Go to www.hornetplugins.com, and if you have ideas, suggestions, anything you want to ask, just drop a line here in the comments box below. Thank you very much for watching this video.